So, welcome to the first episode of our podcast, Put It by the Wall. So this podcast is a minute in the making, or more like 5 minutes. We said we're gonna do this podcast quite some time ago, and it didn't happen until now. Finally, we're here.
Amen.
And the reason for this podcast, I would say,
I would say for us, our journeys that we've been on, it's all about self-development, personal growth, and reaching your goals. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to try to help you as best we can.
and it's kind of crazy because we were also in a place where we wished we had people that could give us certain information.
Amen, my brother.
Especially people that is around us, for the people that is watching from our areas and or from our country or so forth. But we wish we had people around us that could teach us about finance, that could teach us about mindset and identity shifting, and just in general what to do.
Also, I wish that someone would have shown me when I was 17, 16, 18, even 20, that it's so easy if you just have the right mindset. If you follow the steps that you put forward, my word.
So we basically speaking to ourselves here,
Yeah,
our younger versions of ourselves. So that is our podcast. That is the reason for our podcast, and we'll kick it off in our very 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 first episode. We want to kick it off with something to do with mindset, self development, identity shifting, so that you guys can get the feel of the podcast and where our minds are at.
Just a few key points on how to go forward and which small stuff to do now to benefit later.
100%. Before we jump into that, also, you're good, bro.
I am. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, no? But that's what happens. That's what happens when we're trying to reach your goals.
Yes.
Simple as that.
You know, it's like one of those things where you friends and you friends, like you still have the love for each other and everything, but you just don't see each other like you used to every day.
Keep in mind this. We've been through this quite a few times where it's an ebb and a flow and an ebb. We come in, we go out.
100%.
Now that we are, this is gonna be. I feel this is gonna be a lasting. It's gonna garner much support because this is needed, especially in our community.
It's valuable, 100%.
It has to add value. Because the
100%.
knowledge we get, it's world knowledge.
Yes, yeah.
From international coaches. So people here don't even know about it. They barely have internet. So that's why we.
Also, for the people that does know a few things about mindsets, or in general, or coaches and that kind of thing, I think it's just valuable to look at look at other people as well and see what they are doing. So this is where our minds are at.
Get a different perspective.
100%. So also, if you guys want to get in touch with us, our details should be somewhere within our profile. So yeah, let's jump into it.
Let's go.
So in terms of mindset, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely excellent, like you were
fixated
LeBron
on
James.
yeah.
And
Number one
being the lowest and the most terrible mindset.
we're gonna call that like a Homer Simpson.
Oh, you are Homer Simpson, yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
Me personally, I would say I'm not at LeBron James, which is a 10. I'm not at the 10 yet. I'm not there, but I'm striving to get to there. So I would say, for me personally, I feel I'm between 6 and 8. So I would say 7.3. 7 because I wake up diligently every day and the hustle begins every day. And at night,
Look here,
the hustle rewinds.
100%. I will bump you up a bit there. For the pure reason, every time I see you, there's something else going on.
I have to.
So
I'm
I'll say
I'm
8
gonna,
for you.
if I'm being
Maybe even
honest,
higher.
if I'm being honest, my goal, I want to start the conglomerate. I want to have a bunch of companies serving the community, but making profit while doing it. and adding value in the process, where people from the community is working and getting jobs for other people on the community. Changing the mindsets, man.
That's a great idea.
That's my goal. And you, my brother, how have things?
I'd say
I've been following you so in the silence. I've seen the evolution over the last year.
that's I would say that last year was kind of one of my best years, one of my top years for me personally.
3 highlights from your last year.
Let me first give them where I fall on the scale.
Okay, yes.
I think I'd say a modest 9, 8.5.
I like it. I like the confidence, man.
Yes, boy.
I like the confidence.
I'd say like honestly, mindset. I think I'm doing pretty well. So let's say 8.5 rather, because sometimes you mess up and sometimes you don't follow through.
you have an off
But I
day.
would say most of the time, more often than not,
You follow through.
I follow through. So
Okay,
my mindset is in a good in a good space. And what was the question you asked?
Your top 3
My top 3 highlights.
for 2024, yeah.
My top 3 highlights would definitely, one of it would have to be finishing in terms of mindset and in
Yes,
terms of personal growth. I
100%.
would say wanting to become a life coach, getting the certification, and now actually being a life coach.
Fantastic.
I think that's one of my highlights. Another highlight, I would say, my fitness goals.
Can't leave it out.
I'm running
That is definitely
once minimum twice a week. I'm running,
okay.
and
I need to step up my game.
you
yo.
need to step up your game. Remember, we started in the
started
beginning
together, no?
in the beginning of the year. So in the beginning of the year, we started with our push-up challenge, right? We started. How did it go?
It was 10.
First 5. We started with 5. So it's a 30-day push-up challenge. And every day you add 2. So we started at 5. We eventually got up to 100 push-ups. A day. So it doesn't matter how many times you do it in the day. I mean, at the time, as long as you have 100 in the day.
100.
And, and we started a mastermind group.
We finished it. Yeah.
We finished
did,
it and
yeah.
we started a mastermind group. It didn't last until now. But we started a mastermind group and that worked big time.
I'm thinking now. You're saying it that lasted. Technically, we are the founding members, part of the founding members of the mastermind group.
Yeah.
So the mastermind group is still going on.
Technically, the mastermind
It's still going on,
still
and
going on.
we are actually doing something. Starting a podcast, man.
100%.
Starting a podcast. That's a step in the right direction for masterminds.
So here's an interesting fact about mindsets. Is that there's a lady called Carol Dweck, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly. So Carol Dweck, she's a psychologist. And she coined, speak under correction, maybe Lauren can check while I'm busy speaking, who coined the phrase fixed mindset and growth mindset. Because she wrote a book called Mindset.
Okay.
Royston has read this book before.
Okay.
And he said it's an excellent read, so it's on the list of books for me to read actually.
Yes, you are 100% correct, sir. Carol
Dweck. She's the one that created fixed mindset and growth mindset, which I think is a very interesting fact because we use it all the time. We don't really know where it comes from.
Yeah, there is quite a few people who don't know what the fixed mindset, what the growth mindset is. So for the people, those learning, who are hearing these words for the first time, explain to these people what
I would say
it is.
I would say growth mindset is when you kind of give yourself this opportunity to learn and make mistakes, and you don't believe that everything is set in stone. For example, because you weren't born fast, so you're not a fast runner, so you can't become a fast runner. So fixed mindset would say that it's not in my genes. I'm a fact sack of.
Yeah. So in your minds, from what I'm gathering now, it's just fixed mindset is purely negative. to a to an extent,
to a certain degree,
because you already telling yourself, nah,
that you can't do it. That is a fixed mindset.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So
I actually have a question on that though. But what if you just know your limitations?
that's actually
That's,
interesting.
you
That's
see,
an interesting
can
way
I
of
be
looking
honest
at.
with you?
So
I've never thought about it. I literally just, while I'm talking to you, I thought
thinking
about
about
it.
it. I would say that it's still a growth mindset if you maybe pivot
If you use it
into
for
something
positive.
else,
Okay.
or if you maybe try and find out different ways to do it,
Okay, okay.
or to make it happen.
And you find an alternate route,
Find the
basically.
alternate route,
So if
yeah,
you
or
can't
maybe
run there, you become the coach.
you come the
or you
100%.
or you become the physio or something like that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, you 100% correct also with limitations, because like Usain Bolt. This is now just another thing that is just touch on him. Usain Bolt, for example. Let's not touch on Usain Bolt.
Can't touch that nigga.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So Usain Bolt, his body is built for running. He's
Yeah,
tall.
it's aerodynamic.
He's tall and he has all these attributes. So it's not like say for example, okay, so Usain Bolt has this he's built for this kind of running. No, he's
His
built to,
physiology is meant
he's just
to run.
at the maximum.
Yeah.
And then you get someone that is a jockey, for example, a jockey that is small. I'm actually using the one of the examples or something similar to an example in the book called Atomic Habits. By the way, I would suggest everybody read Atomic Habits. It's a beautiful book to do with personal development, habits, and those kind of things.
Recommendation, guys?
Where sometimes you just built for a certain thing, like a jockey, for example.
Built.
So a jockey wouldn't be able to go onto the field
To run.
and
or
run the same speed as Usain Bolt. So
Fair enough.
and Usain Bolt wouldn't be able to get onto a horse. and
He's tall,
so
he's tall.
so there is some form of limitation.
Okay.
So growth mindset says pivot or
Always,
find
yeah.
an alternative.
You find a way,
Find
yes.
an alternative way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fixed mindset is definitely not
That's-
where you want to be.
That's actually fantastic. Though.
And when we were younger, we were kind of in that
And that, yeah,
in that trap of
fixed mindset. The old people used to call it being hardkoppig. They wil nie luister nie. Ze doen dieselfde ding elke
doing the
keer.
same thing
Yeah.
over and over, and you expect a different result. I think
It's the definition
Einstein-
of being of insanity. It's
Einstein,
literally the definition of insanity. Yeah.
So I think obviously a growth mindset is something you want to have and you need for personal growth.
For just progression. If you want to continue to move forward in life, you
100%.
need a
So
growth
if-
mindset. Yeah.
If you can, how would you? Let me ask you this question: how would you cultivate a growth mindset, or just steer away from a fixed mindset?
To steer away. For me personally, what I do is I every opportunity that comes, I like to tell myself to try something once. If you can't do it, you can't do it. If you can do it and you just do it, you do it badly. Continue until you master it. And then let it go. Because I've learned so many skills that I've forgotten.
Yes.
I went to go get certificates, stuff I don't remember. But if I must do it, it will come back to me. It's like riding a bike. And that's the best way I can describe it. You just need to push yourself every day. One thing I have learned though is to set clear goals. Make sure your goals is attainable.
Definitely.
Make sure you can reach it. Don't set yourself, yeah, I'm gonna make $1 million in the next month.
Smart goals.
And you
Smart goals.
live in the southern suburbs. And you wanna,
Can you remember
Smart
the
goals.
acronym? Specific,
manageable, attainable,
realistic,
and time,
timely,
something with time, yeah. But smart goals is a brilliant.
So
Use
that is definitely a hack to set goals and set realistic goals. Also, talk about hacks. I've got a few habit hacks, or not. Let me not say habit hacks. Let me say personal development hacks. Something that can keep you on the path,
Yeah.
or certain things that you can do in order to increase your chances of being successful at something.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say, and this is what I teach my coaching clients is there's an app called Habit Share.
Yes.
We've
Yes,
used
yes,
Habit Share to do
we've
the
used it,
challenge.
yeah. We've used it.
So Habit Share is great. Habit Share is an app that you'll get on the App Store. Basically, it's an app tracker. I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, it's a habit tracker. So you put any habit in there that you want to adopt.
And okay.
So what that does is it makes it visible for you. So
Also,
you can yeah.
So I'm sorry to jump in there. With that, I'm pretty sure you mentioned that you can add people onto that as well, right?
So accountability partner.
Okay, I was just about to bring that up.
So
now, yes.
so the first thing is being able to you're able to track it. Second thing also that the app can do, and that is also pivotal in you
In your
achieving your goals, is an accountability partner. Something that Lorenz has mentioned.
Yeah.
Is an accountability partner. So someone that you can kind of count on to keep you a little bit in line.
Someone that is gonna tell you the truth. Simple as that. Someone
that
who's not
is
gonna
gonna
sugarcoat anything. If
tell
you're
you the
slacking,
truth.
he's gonna be on your ass. Simple as that.
It's gonna be
Simple
on your
as
ass.
that.
Also, environment. That is another one. Environment. So if you want to drink more water, put water next to the bed.
Yes.
If you want to stop smoking, have less cigarettes or not have or don't have
Yeah.
cigarettes at all.
Yeah, a toxic environment is detrimental to personal growth. Simple as that. You cannot push
You're gonna
yourself.
go nowhere.
You can't push yourself forward if there's 10 people holding you back.
I agree with
or the environment, your mindset is pulling you by the hair. You take 4 steps forward, 1 step, and you take 5, 10 steps back.
Yeah, that is a terrible thing. So yeah, so get into the right tribe. That is another one. Get into the right tribe of people. Try to surround yourself with like-minded individuals.
That's the word.
And if you can, get around people that is just smarter than you, hungrier than you,
I will say,
maybe even richer than you.
there's a saying that I've learned from a elderly gentleman way back. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Simple as that. If you know everything, why are you still here? You need to move on.
I agree with that.
Get your ass to people who will challenge you, who will push you to the limits. Simple as that. And that will bring you growth.
And that is kind of on the tribe vibe. No? That's kind of what we. Sorry. It's a bit upper. Here we go. And that's kind of what we did with the mastermind. That's kind of what we did with the mastermind. We had a group of like-minded individuals around us, keeping us accountable,
Pushing you.
and here's a suggestion to everybody also. Pardon me. Go Google what a mastermind is. Try to start a mastermind with a group of your peers, friends, colleagues, or whatever. Or maybe what we might even do is we might even pick it up again, and then whoever's interested in joining the mastermind can do so.
100%.
Because I think that propelled me to another level.
That's
That's partially why I had one of the best years last
because
year.
it pushes you. That the same year, 'cause I feel I graduated with data analytics. I failed maths on school. From standard 6 till matric, I failed maths. No, I didn't actually. I passed with 31%. Every single term I passed. But I did this I won't say easily, but just because I knew that's you
know
going
why?
for your life coaching.
Because he was in the other mindset.
I was in the, I know, but I knew everybody around me was pushing to get themselves
Was he
better.
doing something?
I can't be the only, but I'm sitting and just lumming it. No ways. Those times are over.
That is the worst.
And it's fantastic because now I'm pushing myself to do even more this year. So now the reason I like I told you, people on the phone you for it. I applied to this post because they doing exactly what I want to do with my company. So what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna go work there, and I'm gonna go steal all the secrets, how everything runs, because they've been running for 15 years, so they know what
So
they're doing.
so they know what they're
They know
doing.
what they're doing.
Oh, and that's another hack. That's another hack. Getting a mentor or a coach. Getting a mentor or a coach. My number is 075 plug.
100% though.
Getting
Right.
a mentor or a coach. And yeah, like you said, iron sharpens iron. So have good people,
You need
around
people
you,
pushing you around.
create a good environment. Get away from toxic people.
I
And
will say also there's one other thing I will add to that now.
yes, cover it.
You need to develop a sense of self-awareness. You need to be able to read the room,
Baie belangrik.
and you need to be able to make decisions in the moment, because you will get tested by somebody who's saying, hey, what you, and then you need to compose yourself. You need to have an argument in your head, and then just be polite and slowly.
Choose to respond instead of reacting.
There we. That's
That is my daily life. That's my daily life at work. I have a wife. I have a child, and it's not as things. I have children, and it's not always easy. You always feel like you want to explode. You sometimes feel like you want to explode. Like you want to just say something, and it's not always helpful. So I think all those things, the mindset kind of creeps into like everything.
Everything.
into
Also,
that you
I
kinda
would say
do is-
what I've practiced from you is reflect every day.
Yep.
Reflection is questions. I know people say, look, talking to yourself, you need to have daily conversations.
Have like a lekker
I
conversation
have
with yourself.
conversations with all the personalities in your head, and everybody must be on the same page. So when you stand up tomorrow morning, we know this is what we need to do. Everybody need to pull in the same direction. Can be crazy again.
And then
Once you
we
finish.
pick it up from there and we make it go even further.
But my guy,
And I was just thinking about this. A suggestion also to everybody that is in a terrible space now at this moment. That maybe suffers from anxiety or suffers from depression. And by no means am I trying to downplay it, because it's a terrible thing to be in. I've also previously
speaking from experience.
speaking from experience have been heavy depressed already. Like actual depressed meds,
Yeah.
and kind of land up in hospital. That's a story for another day.
In a wormhole, basically.
In a wormhole. And I think, like you said, self-awareness and awareness is the first step. And then once you know what, you can't solve a problem if you don't know what it is. So once you're aware and you know what the problem
100%.
is, and you can pivot and plan from there, or get a life coach.
Here we go.
Life coach or a mentor. And I did this not last year I did this. And you did the same thing. We just maybe didn't put a label to it. Take a year out. You've heard people say before, don't go ghost.
Yeah.
That is an actual thing. Go ghost.
It works.
It works. Don't post on social. Don't post on I mean, if you're starting from zero, don't post on your status that you're having thus you're feeling this, or you're feeling angry now, or you're feeling so happy now, and this is what's happening. This is what's
feed
happening.
off that.
Take some time out for yourself. Focus on yourself. Get away. Figure out what you need to do. Figure out the plan how to do it, and execute.
That brings me to my next point, which is essential is prioritize your self-care. You need to
that's a big one.
prioritize your self-care. Physical, mental, emotional, everything. You need to have all your departments working seamlessly together. So your body can't be in peak position and your mind
And
is
your mind is
rotting,
in a-
and your emotional state is volatile.
Can I just ask you this question? Speaking about self-care and focusing on yourself, investing in yourself, how do you experience, how do you handle it with the people around you, specifically like your partner, for example? With I'll give some insight for me also, from my side also, but how does it how does your partner take when you say now you're gonna do something else or not do something else? You're gonna go off and go focus on your
just
focus on
straight
yourself
ahead. Look, I will
or
say
do something productive. Sorry, that is not with him.
in the beginning, because I've been doing this for
I think it's inevitable with everybody.
yeah, I've been doing this for a minute now. Like I prioritize my academics, my mental health.
Yes.
If we need to vacate each other, then government must go home. But in the beginning, it was a bit testy, so to
Yes.
say, because now why don't you want? Why can't I this and that and that?
Yes.
But once you saw, it wasn't a party thing. It wasn't a I'm going because you're not there.
It's actually for the benefit.
It was just for me to be in isolation and just to gather all the thoughts, put them all in sequential order, and then move on from there. So that when I come back, I'm a happy guy. I'm friendly. I don't shout at anybody. I try not to react anymore. Same as you.
and
I'm-
respond,
and be a human. You know how I.
Yeah.
I'm very vulgar, but I'm very cultured now. Very trying to, and what I've learned is that our communication has been a lot better. If we speak openly and honestly, it was now in the week she told me, look, baby, I know because she was the whole December she was by us.
Yes.
So she told me, look, I'm tired of you now, man. I said, okay, you know what? Governor, I understand because I'm me 24/7. I get tired of me. So we can do it. And Governor went home. Took a few days, but then she obviously come now, guys. She had to come back now. So
All this
yeah,
awesomeness.
but like I said, self-care is
important.
especially in a relationship.
Yeah.
You need you okay and partner.
You want to kind of be each other's like rocks for each other's, or what do they call that? Each other's pillars.
Yes,
But you can't be a pillar for someone else if you're a weak pillar.
if you I understand. If there's no foundation.
There's that analogy with the aeroplane, and this is my life coach taught me about this, about the analogy with the aeroplane. I'm sure plenty of people has heard of it before, but for those that haven't, put your mask on first. Like in the case of an emergency, you're going to have your child next to you and your wife and your friends, whoever next to you, but you're gonna be no use to them dead.
Yeah.
So put on your mask, put on your oxygen mask first, so that you are capable, cool, calm, and collected. You are capable of assisting somebody else.
Not distracted, not unfocused.
Not
you
so
all
like
over the
you
place.
trying to help somebody else and be a life coach,
But
you
you're also
depressed.
panicking because
but you depressed and sulky.
it's
and
like
that kind of thing,
it's like having a mechanic with a broken car.
Funny enough, that's
How
funny.
can you fix my car and you?
Funny enough, there is of them out there, bro. Ease of them.
You know what? I've met few mechanics without cars. Just saying.
I actually asked the mechanic the last time. We both know, and I'm not gonna name names, but I asked him, I was like, dude, why don't you? There's the key. Like, you can just drive the car and test the car. Like, you waited the whole time for me. It's like, nah, I don't drive. I don't drive other people's car. I'm like, okay. In any case, another thing is affirmations. Affirmations. I am big on affirmations. My whole family knows I am huge on affirmations. My clients know I'm huge on affirmations. The reason why I believe in it so much is because we can brainwash ourselves with a lot of nonsense. So why can't we brainwash ourselves with a lot of positive and good things?
Positivity.
So
I agree
so
with that.
affirmations, an affirmation is something that you can recite to yourself. I am strong. Because most of the time we have negative things and negative thoughts going through our minds, and when those things come up, you don't beat yourself up or be angry about it. You choose to be aware of it. You like, look here, here's that negative thought coming up, or like here's the anger coming up. I feel you. You are not my master. I am my master. So I have control over my feelings.
Okay.
And so you kind of then take that energy and you let it dissipate, but you turn it
Into a
into positive. Look here,
something productive.
I am calm. I am angry right now. Yes, I am aware of it and I accept that I'm angry, but it doesn't have to be my state for a long time or forever. Thoughts are like clouds, feelings are like clouds. So you feel this way now, later you feel that way. So that should
100%.
kind of anchor you and ground you into the thought that, hey, things can change. Like, it can't rain forever. The sun must
The
shine
sun
again.
must
What
come
is that thing
out.
that Ryan always says? It can only get better.
Yeah.
It can only get better.
Sometimes it can get worse. Just spoiler alert. Sometimes it can get worse.
Sometimes it has to get worse before it gets better.
Living proof. Living proof. But that's for
that's
for
for
another
another-
episode. That's for another like that's a whole 3, 5, 6 episodes.
And then the next thing I want to ask is, okay, go for it. Maybe you have
I
something.
actually know we actually brought it out now because the one thing I was gonna say was you need to build your support network. You need to build a network, but we've touched on that, and then we've touched on get out of your comfort zone. If you're gonna be doing the same thing every day, you're gonna stagnate. You're gonna get the same result. But if you decide you're gonna walk left instead of right, you might meet somebody that changes your life.
On that note, that is a huge hack. Is doing different stuff. Like I've done a whole bunch of things in my life already.
That you've never done before.
I've done now, and that like you said with all the courses and stuff you've done. I've also done like a bunch of things that I've never used again after that. Like I can do some sleight of hand magic,
But you know it. That's the thing.
and it's always cool when I always do it when we at a gathering and we maybe having a few drinks or so, and you show some drunk people some sleight of hand and whatever, and it's amazing. So it's a party trick. It's a literal party trick. And a few other things, but
I also have a quite good party trick, I will say. But okay, it's a bit serious, like a 5-minute thing. But that's for some other time. Another
Okay.
time.
What were we talking about?
No, we were talking about getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah, just
Getting
trying different.
Yes, so the hack is basically do as many things as you can in your life. You know what kind of pushed me in the direction of being able to do so many things in my life was because when I was younger, I always felt like I didn't fit in. Because I had cousins that was good at athletics, that was good at soccer, that was good at all sorts of things, good academically, excelling in certain stuff, and then you were left asking what
Just there in the middle.
what
Just
am I good at?
floundering.
So if you are going through something like that, or your mind is in that space, and you're young, or even if you're old, as a matter of fact, it doesn't matter where you are on the
You've come to
spectrum.
the right place, guys.
Do as many things as you can.
Simple. Just get out of your comfort
Get
zone.
out of your comfort zone as much as you can, and this is kind of what the podcast.
Yeah.
Put it by the wall. You know how long we've been talking about this. So mindset and everything that we're speaking about, us doing this thing is the
Doing it.
epitome.
Yes, simple as that.
of it.
That's just the fruition of all the late nights and the early mornings and the Saturdays and the Sundays and the public holidays.
Yeah.
Getting up and still doing what you need to do.
And then I'll ask. I think this would probably be my last thing. Is what do you think about the law of attraction? Like, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts on the law of attraction?
I think, for me personally, I think you attract what you put out. So if you're putting out negativity, if you wake up in the morning and you see your TikTok or this, you see negativity, your mindset is already shifted. You're in your shower, you go to work. If you don't enjoy going to work, it's gonna kill you because now you come and you're like, fuck.
So your
Your whole day is. If you wake up with a positive mindset, I'm going to work. You have a job.
like I get to go to work.
Get to go to work. This man must sit at home every day. If you walk with that mindset, you walk in there with positivity. Somebody's gonna notice who is higher up than you. Somebody will see, hey, this man has the potential, he has the mindset to lead others. He has the mindset to lead others. So it's gonna open a door. It might not open a door, but it will open a window.
I can kind of attest to that, and like we were speaking about, we were saying this earlier, and we mindset and this kind of thing, law of attraction, it's in everything that you do. So I don't think there's a okay, let me not say that. Cut that part. I wanted to touch on the religion now. But
Okay, no, nope.
It's not that. With the law of attraction, I think it kind of transcends in everything that you do. Start your day of positive, and I'm gonna say this as well. That morning affirmations. Say your prayer, say your morning affirmations. This is my routine. So I wake up in the morning, I say my prayer, I use my affirmations. I go to work. I don't do TikTok and social media stuff until later in the day, like 12 o'clock or so when it's lunchtime or maybe tea time or something. But until I've gotten the ball rolling, basically.
You're already in a
So
mode.
that is another thing for being anxious and being depressed. Get away from social media. Try and delay it a little bit further in your day so that you can start your day with positivity. You can start your day with a prayer, start your day with affirmations and all those other things.
The algorithm will send you everything that you don't want to see.
100%.
It will send you everything you don't want to see. And on your affirmations, or on your affirmation, I was thinking about it when you were talking about it now. I was thinking, I don't really have an affirmation. But now, once we had this conversation, so I actually do. I do. Because when I wake up, I'm in bed, and I just sit, darkness everywhere. I repeat like a few times. I only want what wants me. Simple as that. That's
You affirming.
the law of attraction. If I want it, if you want it, that's how we're gonna work. That's how I lost a lot of people who were only, you know
That's
what,
the toxic thing that you were speaking about
the
earlier.
toxicity. So if you're the only one benefiting, and I'm giving of myself, but you're not giving a picture back. You need to be cut off.
And the more you start doing that, the more you flex that muscle, the better you get at being able to say no to people and escaping the toxicity.
I'm not fully there yet, but that's only with my close family. I'm not there at the no, but with anybody outside my circle,
I would say
I-
I am.
I politely decline. I politely decline and I say, Ragani, no, I'm not doing nothing. You don't, whatever you do, it's not gonna influence me. Simple as that.
I sometimes think and feel a bit like I come across like the villain, but it's you see you can't
Sometimes there needs to be that.
No,
Sometimes you need to be it. Simple as
most of the time you need to draw the line somewhere. There was a time in our relationship with me and my wife where she said she doesn't like a certain thing. So obviously, if I want the relationship to be a bit better, like look here, I don't like the way you speak to me when you're angry. So now you need to work on yourself in order to work on the relationship. And I think that's the important part. And maybe we can close it off with that.
Yeah, I think
Is the working on yourself. Nobody's coming to save you.
one hand, you are the policeman, the fireman, you in the nurse, the doctor,
Nobody's
everybody.
coming to save you.
So get your mind right, man. Get your mind right, and you can help.
Remember, growth mindset, not fixed mindset. And be aware of what the problem is. Find a solution by finding a strategy on how to overcome whatever the obstacle is. Once you have it, you're gonna try it and you're gonna fail. You're going to try another thing and you're gonna fail again. And you're gonna fail, try and fail. You're gonna do that constantly.
It was one of my points actually to bring up that you need to get used to not getting your way. You need to get used to failing. You need to get used to being wrong. Simple as that. It's a lesson.
Except for when you're arguing with your partner, then
Okay, let's not touch on that. That's because they're gonna watch this and this is tactics you're giving away. You know? But yeah, you need to get used to fail. Become a master in failure. I promise you, it can only lead to good things.
I think that actually turned out way better than
bad.
it wasn't bad at all.
Guys, put it by the wall.
Put it by the
Episode
wall.
1. Episode 1.
Thank you for watching. Click the like button. Click the subscribe button. I always wanted to say that.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe for more content like this. And
Follow us on all of these.
on all the
You
platforms.
see it? I don't know where it is, but
Somewhere
somewhere,
on the
here.
screen.
Yeah.
Also, we'll probably dive into a few other things also. So follow the socials, not just the podcast. We'll probably put some maybe behind the scenes and bloopers.
And there's a lot of bloopers. It's like 3 hours of bloopers.
And the mastermind, if you want to get involved in that, maybe just hit us in the DMs, or if it's on YouTube, go into the comment section and and get in touch. So see you guys next time for the next episode of
Put it by the wall. Oh,
By the way, strength is good.
here we go.
So let me not say so. I'm gonna start over. Here we go. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast. Put it by the wall. Like, you guys know how long this is take.
Yeah. Yo, guys. Yo, guys. Okay. Bloopers. Okay. Let's go. 3, 2. Okay.
So welcome to the first episode of our podcast. Put it by the wall.
Whoop 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 whoop.
This podcast has been in the making for quite a while already.
Yeah.
And now finally we're sitting down and we're doing it. We've actually had one episode before, right? We recorded.
Let's not speak about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am Kurt Lewis.
Nope. Already. Why are we introducing you?
Okay, so we're just gonna cut that.
Yeah. Look, there's from the beginning. From the beginning, man. From the beginning. Look, get out of your head, man.